Righto, today we're going to talk about the foul Blightspawn. He is probably one of the two most popular voted Virans. You'll see him in a lot of competitive lists. I love this guy myself. Yeah, cool. Stick around. Foul Blightspawn. Like all voted Viren, he has the exact same profile. He's got movement 5, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 5, 4 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 8, and a 3+ save. He is armed with a plague sprayer, blight grenades, crack grenades, and unholy death's head grenade. I would like to see in the comments how many people have actually used that grenade instead of firing his flamer. Please tell me. The Plague Sprayer. It is range 12 inches, assault D6, strength 7, AP neg 3, damage 2. And it is a plague weapon, and it is an auto hit weapon. This gun is awesome. I will talk deeply about this gun. This gun can have a pathogen on it because he's a character, and he also has a plague weapon with this gun. The one I would probably put on him is Vicious Death. Each time you roll to determine the number of attacks made with this weapon, you can re-roll the results. Now if you roll straight up and you roll a 5 or a 6, and you go, oh, I don't really want to roll that, I've wasted my points. No, you haven't. It gives you +1 strength. Now, the way the Death Guard's Disgustingly Resilient works, even numbers actually work out better for you. So anything that's toughness 5 is then reduced down to toughness 4. So then suddenly this gun is wounding them on a 2+, whereas normally it'd be a 3+. The other thing is you come up against toughness 8 vehicles, which are around. There's a lot of them. You get someone in contagion range of that vehicle, drop it down to toughness 7. Suddenly this gun's wounding on a 3+, and it is re-rolling 1s to wound. It'll put some damage out. It really will. Yeah, it's a really good gun. The other thing is you got a strat. I will find the name of it. It is blah blah blah. Why am I having a spasm moment? Overwhelming Generosity. Use your strategy in a shooting phase when a Death Guard unit from your army is selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, add 6 inches to the range characteristic of plague weapons models in that unit are equipped with. So his little spray cannon goes from being a measly 12-inch range to suddenly 18 inches. That's a gun I typically find I use a lot when I'm trying to clear objectives that are kind of close to me. People put those infiltrating guys in there, they just get zoned out, just go on. If anyone starts moving towards me, a lot of people say, oh, what's the range on that spray? I'll be like, oh, it's 12 inches. They're like, oh yeah, sweet, I'm out. And I got a strat that it's going to make it an extra 6. They go, oh, they suddenly move back. People freak out from it, really. You shoot a heap bolters at something, it'll die eventually. People freak out from this gun. It's because it's got such good AP. But anyways, I'm gonna stop or I'll just keep talking shit. So we've also got Unholy's Death Head's Grenade. It is a grenade. 2d6 shots. 6 inches. Strength 5, neg 1, AP, damage 1. And it is Blast's plague weapon. The bearer can only shoot this weapon once per battle. Again, the plague sprayer is just so much better. If you get charged with the plague sprayer, it's auto hits. Or if you Overwatch. And I absolutely would Overwatch. Like, that is worth the 1 CP to Overwatch. The grenades, the real only time I can see them being useful is if I was in combat and I dropped the stratagem on there called the Blightning. Use a stratagem in your shooting phase. Select up to 3 Death Guard models in army until the end of the phase. Plague weapons with the grenade type that those models are equipped with lose their blast ability and have type characteristic of pistol 6. Each time that model makes an attack with one of those weapons against an enemy unit within engagement range, that attack automatically hits the target. So I've suddenly got this guy in combat. He's got nothing to hit back with. He's gone, alright, it's my shooting phase. I'm going to drop this strat. So he's one of the guys I pick. His grenade becomes pistol 6 and auto hits in combat. That's probably the best time I'd use that. Using the 2d6 grenade, you're not going to use it over the Plague Spear. But as much as I talked up his weapons, he's actually got some other really good abilities. So he's got disgustingly resilient, like most Death Guard does, and he has Contagions of Nurgle. So we all know what they do. He's also got a special ability called Putrefying Stink. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy unit within 3 inches of this model. That unit is not eligible to fight this phase until after all eligible units from your army have done so. Someone charges me with fight first or something like that, and this guy will be usually around near a blob of Terminators. They charge in the Terminators, he just goes, you're within 3 inches, bang, your unit fights last. Gives me the opportunity to thin them out a lot before they hit me back. But there's something better. Much, much better. It is a relic. It is called the Revolting Stench Vat. It is for a foul Blightspawn model only, and the bearer has the following ability. Revolting Stench Vat Aura. While an enemy unit is within 6 inches of the bearer, that unit cannot make use of rules that allow it to fight first, and never count as having made a charge move this turn, irrespective of any abilities that unit may have. So you've got Space Marines charging you. They get their +1 attack on the charge. They suddenly don't get that. You've got things that have +1 damage on the charge, like White Scars are a good example. They suddenly lose that. You've got units in the Drakari book that go, oh, I fight first. Oh, no, hang on. No, you don't get to fight first. And now I'm going to hit you with this thing that says fight last as well. It's extremely, extremely good. I will usually run a squad of 10 Blight Lords, and this guy will be right in the middle, kind of towards the front a little bit, just so when guys come in, it's like, yep, sorry, you lose your ability to fight first. I was in a comp about a week ago, and I wasn't taking this guy. I had to find a spot in my army to get rid of stuff, and I unfortunately cut this guy. I got charged in with a squad of 2 Incubi, Drazar, and one of those Fight Twice Archons. All the Incubi did all their attacks. Drazar smashed everything. That squad of 10 Terminators dropped down to 3. I had the 2 sets of flails in there, and the champion had the plague sword, so I was able to hit back a bit. I dropped the strat on them to make their damage roll over, and I ended up killing all the Incubi and put a couple of wounds on Drazar. But if I had the opportunity to deny their charge and then remove their fighting at all and made Drazar fight last, let's say, suddenly that Terminator unit would have been able to wipe out those Incubi before they got to hit me, and then dedicate all their axe attacks into either the Archon to get rid of his Invo or Drazar, which I would have picked Drazar just to drop him out of the picture, which means hitting me back when they got to the chance to, I probably would have only got hit by the Archon. He might have killed 2 or 3 Terminators at most, even fighting twice, just for Invo and the amount of wounds I get, neg 1 to wound. And that big expensive unit would suddenly be alive to cause more havoc. So the foul Blightspawn, if you're running a blob of Terminators that cruise up the table, this guy definitely needs to be with them. He is amazing. Cool. So that's basically it for him. I'll see you in the next video.